Thank you, sir. Good morning. First of all, I'll extend best wishes to whole team and particularly Jugal Kishore ji for giving this opportunity. First of all, we'll have to understand why this national education policy. What is it? Why it is needed? In fact, why so much demand was there in the society, particularly in higher and technical education. If I'm speaking, we are having huge education system, technical education system in the country. Probably we are largest in the world. Every year we are producing around 1 million engineering graduates. And total technical education, if I combine all together, the polytechnic, management, pharmacy, architecture, arts and crafts, engineering, everything, if I'm combining all together, every year we can accommodate around 3.2 million students. 32 lakh students we can give admission. That much infrastructure we have created in the country. 32 lakhs, when I'm saying, I think it is more than the population of Singapore. Every year, the number of students who can be accommodated in our technical education system, and NITs and IITs are not the part of this one. Only the affiliated colleges where we people are regulating, AICT is regulating technical education. But unfortunate part is the infrastructure which has been created, huge buildings, very good laboratories, the library, the laboratories, the academic blocks, everything, huge infrastructure, hard infrastructure it has been created. But against those 32 lakh seats, actual number of students who are entering into this technical education system every year, that is around 1.8 million students. 18 लाख बच्चे, 32 लाख सीटें हमारे पास हैं हर साल. 18 लाख बच्चे हमारे पास एडमिशन लेने के लिए आते हैं या एडमिशन लेते हैं. रफली 40% infrastructure in the country is unutilized. If in IIT one seat is available, I think thousands of students are dreaming. Same is the situation of NITs, central universities, triple IITs, IIMs and all. But there is a strong queue for taking admission. But the infrastructure which has been created in technical education system, in affiliated system, no one is taker. In fact, there is a huge shortage of students. The students who have taken admission, actually students who are graduating, every year I'm saying 18 lakh students are taking admission. The same number should go out from our academic institutes also, but actually students who are graduating, the number of the students who are graduating, that number is around 13 lakhs. 5 लाख बच्चे बीच में ही शायद इंटरेस्ट खो देते हैं, और probably cost of education is quite high, or teachers are unable to create the interest, or the students are not having interest, or they are unable to understand, or there may not be scope in their career, the dreams which they are having, probably they are thinking that it won't be fulfilled through this education. So 13 lakh students are graduating, and actually students are getting jobs through campus placements. That number is around 7 lakhs. So capacity is 32 lakhs. Actual students who are entering into this technical education system, that is 18 lakhs. Actually students who are graduating, that is 13 lakhs. And actually students are getting acceptance in the society for the betterment of the country, and not only for our nation, throughout the world the students are who are getting acceptance, that is around 7 lakhs. So बड़ी चिंता की बात है कि अगर इतना बड़ा हमारे पास सिस्टम और काम के बच्चे सारे 7 लाख निकल रहे हैं, so there is some gap. India was dominating 1500 years back. We were having Nalanda University. Around 2000 years back, we were having Taxila University. At that time, huge demand. Every graduate who are full of confidence, his attitude, his skills, hands-on part, minds-on, everything was very strong. But now it is being said the acceptance of our graduates are very low. World's population is 7 billion. And out of that one, we people are 1.35. If small calculation I'm doing, 7 divided by 1.35, the figure which we are receiving, it is less than 6. It means every 6th person on this globe is an Indian. And our presence should be everywhere in the world. Our values, our sanskaras, our traditions, our confidence, our dedication, sincerity, everything should dominate. In fact, the competencies of the graduate should dominate. So the foremost task for this new education policy is basically the acceptance of our young population throughout the world. We should be able to serve this whole world. And this young population, which we are saying that it is a strength, one side we are saying it is a strength, but if they are not getting converted into human resource, if they are just like human being, if they are not getting converted, then it will be a challenge for the country also. What we'll be doing with this young population? If someone is uneducated and if he is not accepted, it hardly matters. He'll be spoiling only one family. But if someone is educated who has spent some 4 years in higher education, enormous money he has spent on that one, and if he is not getting acceptance, certainly handling that young boy or girl, it will be very difficult in time to come. So foremost task in this national education policy, which is given into this one. First of all, access of education, it has to be equity, means anyone who is coming into our education system, the importance to that boy or girl, it has to be given according to his or her capabilities. Equality in education, it has to be. Affordability, cost of the education also, it has to be certain. And teachers and management people, or we regulators, our accountability, it has to be fixed. That is the foremost gist of this one. And the learning outcomes of our education should be aligned with the needs of the society. That's the foremost task against this national education policy. Is it is being said that it should be multidisciplinary. The graduate should be Irfan Mola, जैसे महेंद्र सिंह धोनी है, वो विकेट कीपिंग भी अच्छी करता है, बैटिंग भी अच्छी करता है, मीडिया के सामने भी बहुत अच्छा सा बोलता है, मॉडलिंग भी बहुत अच्छी करता है. He is a very good team leader also. So this new education policy is saying anyone who is coming out, anyone who is being processed through this education system, he should be able to dominate in every sort of field. In fact, so the multidisciplinary education system concept, which it has been started, it has been proposed even in school education, even in higher education system. Then in school education system, boy or girl will be staying for 15 years. Earlier, the entry was at the age of 6 years. Now our children will be entering at the age of 3 years. And at the age of 18, they'll be coming out. So total duration or total stay in the school will be 15 years. And their assessment, which will be done, that is on the basis of their learning outcomes. Our education system, which we are having, the assessment was being done on the capabilities of remembering of the students, how much they can remember, that was getting reflected in their mark sheet. Now new education policy is saying the learning outcomes, what children are able to do, that is foremost. So their critical thinking, their decision making, their problem solving abilities, that will be assessed, and according to that one, the education will be imparted. Component of vocational education, it has been added into the schools. And same time, some emerging areas like artificial intelligence, cyber security, those subjects also it is added into school education system. And there won't be any boundaries, there won't be any compartments, no separate commerce, no separate biology, no separate mathematics, no separate fine art like this one. Any student can study any subject according to his needs, according to his interests. In higher education, when they'll be entering, in higher education, our degree, our UG degree will be for 3 years. Now the challenge on the teachers will be, earlier it was for 4 years, in 3 years we'll have to condense everything. After 4 years, even acceptance of the graduates were not there. What will be there in 3 years? In fact, serious efforts teachers will have to do. 4th year only will be if some of the students are inclined towards research, then they'll be coming for that one. Otherwise, at the end of 3 years, they can exit. End of 2 years, they can exit. End of 1 year, they can exit. So first of all, teachers' role will be becoming very, very important. Empowerment of the teachers, it is a new education policy. Even our PG program, our MTech program will also be for 1 year. Our teachers are also the bottleneck. The biggest bottleneck which we are having in the society in education system is quality teachers, confident teachers, competent teachers, and dedicated teachers. Actually, that shortage was there. If MTech will be for 1 year, how will be having competent teachers? Because most of the MTech students, after doing their graduation, they are entering into teaching profession. So our MTech also, it has to be realized. Our BTech also, it has to be realized. And at every year, there will be exit. After first year, there will be exit. Now in first year, our curriculum, they are studying physics, chemistry, maths, English. If they are exiting after first year, who will be accepting them? So national occupation standards and learning outcomes of those first year students, if they are exiting from the system, those also it has to be aligned so that their acceptance, it has to be. After second year, again, there has to be alignment with national occupation standards, and not only Indian standards, even international standards, what exactly it is expected by the society. So for combining everything, the equality, affordability, funding, regulation, everything, now there will be common umbrella in the country. This is in the name of Higher Education Commission of India. There will be common platform where all sort of planning, all sort of learning outcomes, everything will be decided there. The regulation will be decided there, and below that one there will be 4 pillars. One role will be of a council that will be regulating this whole education. Another one will be ascertaining the quality. Third one will be giving funding, because funding is also needed if we want to have research, if we want to have innovation, if we want to have progress. And fourth one will be General Education Council, who will be deciding norms and standards, who will be deciding the curriculum, who will be deciding the outcomes of that education. So now there will be a complete umbrella integrated education pattern will be, and internationalization of this education, and then the values and sanskaras into the students, that holistic development of the students, that will also be taken care by the General Education Council. Hope the efforts which are being done by government of India through this new education policy, and we regulators, we are trying to change ourselves. Our role also, it will be changing. We should become enablers in time to come, and in that case the shape and situation of this education in the country can change. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity.
Dr. Punia, that was wonderful. Dr. Punia, just one question I'll ask. The last part you said, fourfold division of the regulatory authority. My question is, if I'm a principal of a college, a government funded college, and there is one regulatory authority, regulator, and one is from where I get the money. Now, who will I listen to? To the regulator, and regulator tells me to do X, Y, Z. Funding agency tells me to do something ABC. किसके पास जाऊंगा मैं? रेगुलेटर की सुनूंगा या जिससे पैसे लेने हैं मुझे?
आपको किसी की नहीं सुननी है. You have to provide quality, you have to produce those sort of graduates which is the expectation of the society. आपको बच्चों की और सोसाइटी की सुननी है. आपके पीछे पैसे देने वाले आएंगे, आपके साथ रेगुलेटर आपके साथ हाथ मिलाएगा, एकेडेशन भी आपका होगा. The role which is for the purpose for which principal is there, for the purpose for which institute is there, अगर वो रोल अच्छा सा अदा कर रहा है तो किसी के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. पीछे सब लोग, हम लोग उनके आएंगे.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we are running short of time. Thank you very much to the entire panel. Dr. Punia, thanks for joining. I wish we had more time to interact. Dr. Venkaiah, JB, Sushma, thank you very much, everyone. And we close this panel discussion. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks to one and all.
वो तो अपनी होता है, उनका जो होता है ना, पैनलाइज होते हैं या उनके जो आगे कोई होगा क्वेश्चन सिस्टम